Guys, join me today as we take a trip down memory lane and look at 5 amazing Roblox games that unfortunately are not being played much anymore. Now, before anybody comments this, there's still people playing those games, okay? I'm not saying they're dead, but they were bigger back in the day, and for some reason, nobody is playing them. So, let's talk about it. 5 different games, and this is my list. If you want more videos like this, leave a like and let's get into number 5. To kick off this video at number 5 is Rockets vs. Vehicles. And actually, I don't think I ever played this game on my channel, and I always meant to, because I used to play it for fun. This is a really interesting, unique PvP kind of style game where you are either going to be on the vehicle team or you're going to be on the Rockets team, and you're trying to eliminate each other. But there's physics with the cars that are similar to games like Rocket League, and I think that's kind of where some of this inspiration comes from. You can really get good at controlling the vehicles in the air and wipe out the rockets, or you could be on the rocket team and become very accurate with the rockets and destroy all of the vehicles. It's a super satisfying game, and it kind of like reminds me of Car Crushers in this weird way, where it's like old school PvP vehicle game where like there was all these different mini games and all these different cars and ways to play, and I really like it. I think this is one of the most underrated games that you could play with friends, and it's just a good time. Jump in, jump out. It's not a grindy game by any means. You can just play it for fun for an hour and then move on to something else. So, and they also have different vehicles and stuff like that too, but I never got that far into the game just yet. But if you want to see a video on this game, I really do think it deserves its own video. I think it's a really fun game. Maybe you guys can let Thomas know on my Discord that we should play it. But anyways, this is my pick for number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Oh, number 4 is very nostalgic, guys. I know a lot of you know what this game is. It's one of the games that just didn't make it to our potential, but I love the people behind it, and I really think that this game still, if they put in the effort, can become something amazing. It had this really unique style to it, and of course we are talking about Palm Ridge. This game is like one of a kind, actually, in my opinion. The driving mechanics and the physics are pretty unique. I find that like the drifting was extremely satisfying. The map really felt like it was going to be like a GTA inspired game, and I think they just kind of missed it. There are still bugs even now when I played it for this video. I ran into a number of bugs like not being able to open the custom shop, or getting stuck on a loading screen, or like a blur over my whole entire client. There's a few issues like that, but this game, oh my goodness, when it dropped in paid access, I got so excited. There's still a reason to play it, in my opinion. I think, you know, they have really good roleplay aspects. They have interiors for nightclubs and Starbucks and other restaurants, and, you know, you can definitely do a lot with it. There's things like you can rob the banks, you can rob the cash registers, and I don't know. I thought this game was going to have more players when I jumped on today, but it literally had like 3 players, which is, I don't know, it hurts, man. It hurts to see. This was a really awesome game. And even I think when I made my videos on it back in the day, they did really well. People were excited for this. So it's unfortunate, but hey, maybe there is going to be a chance for this game to turn it all around. It has the foundation. It just needs to, I don't know, get to that next level. But anyways, let's move on, guys, to number 3. Okay, now number 3 is one I have played a couple of times, and I might have even put it on an underrated car game list at one point because it is super underrated. It's getting more recognition nowadays, but they've also changed it a lot. They've made this game really refined. And of course, we are talking about Roblox Rally Racing. Love this game. Honestly, I have to admit it's probably the best rally racing game on Roblox, and I mean, they deserve the name. Like, they are the Roblox rally game. It's so much fun. And like I said, they have been working on it a lot to a point where it feels like you can just jump in. You don't really have to know anything about rally racing to kind of get an idea of how things work. Obviously, it is a unique kind of style of driving game. It's not for everybody, but man, I've seen some people play on this one, and they are insanely good, dude. Some people have hundreds of hours playing this, and it is like mind-blowing. honestly, the sky is the limit, I think, when it comes to getting good at games like this one. And they do give you access to, I believe, most of the cars. So you can pick from like the iconic Subaru Imprezas, Audi Quattros, and all these other like very famous vehicles that are part of the rally scene. So I hope you guys check this game out. It's really, really good, and it's worth at least checking out and seeing if you like this kind of style. Anyways, that's number 3, guys. Let's move on now to number 2. So number 2 is one that, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have like the most experience with. I played it maybe once for a roleplay video, and I thought it was pretty good, but it's basically Southwest Florida in a lot of ways, in my opinion, and it's a little bit less refined as Southwest Florida, but it's still pretty good. Of course, we are talking about Jupiter, Florida. Now, don't get me wrong, this game has been on an upward trajectory for a long, long time. More and more people were getting into it because Southwest Florida was so big, and this was like a different way to play a similar game. And I think it's really fun. I think the graphics are really good. But yeah, I did experience, of course, a few bugs. You know, this game is still, I think, a lot newer than Southwest Florida. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot newer, but it's definitely got ambitious hopes. And I think I remember seeing them add some huge things like yachts and giant like mansions that you can own. So there's stuff that this game does that Southwest Florida doesn't do. So it has that unique kind of edge, which is super cool. But yeah, pretty much the same thing. Get a job, grind it out. I think there's pretty good car customization, but like I said, I haven't really played this game as much as I probably should. It's pretty fun. I like the way that the cars handle, and they sound good too. That's another good thing. You know, I probably don't know everything about Jupiter, Florida, and there's probably some cool stuff that you can tell me in the comments, and maybe I'll play this game for a video. But yeah, this is my second pick. It's not as underrated because it does have hundreds and hundreds of players, and on their updates they do have thousands of players. So, you know, it's not very underrated. That's why it's not that much higher on the list. But yeah, it's a cool game, man. Definitely check it out. But I think it's time we move on to number 1, and this one just breaks my heart. Number 1 is none other than Vehicle Simulator. If you guys know me at all, you know that Vehicle Simulator has the deepest roots in my heart. I love this game, and I basically owe everything to the creators of Vehicle Simulator. I mean, when I first started making Roblox videos 7 years ago, you know, Vehicle Simulator was the thing that I got drawn to. I thought, dude, this is so cool. There was really only one other option, and that was Ultimate Driving. But Ultimate Driving, when I first started playing, looked like this. Not the same game it is now. But Vehicle Sim, actually, when you go and play Vehicle Sim right now, it's not that different than it was like 6 or 7 years ago. The map has changed a little bit, but it's basically the same game. And unfortunately, that's for better and for worse. It's cool that it's nostalgic. You can hop in and it's basically the same game. It'll bring you back to when you were in like elementary school, or for me, like it was end of high school. But at the same time, dude, it's old, man. This is an old game, and it feels really old. I mean, the customization back in the day was so mind-blowing. You could change everything. But now every game has that kind of customization. The only thing going for Vehicle Sim is the nostalgia, because the races aren't as good, the graphics are horrible compared to like something like Driving Empire, and the general feeling of the game is this feeling of desolation and emptiness, and everything that used to exist is long gone. This is 100% the best game to pick for amazing games that nobody plays, because I mean, really, nobody plays this anymore. It's this game we all love, and we will always cherish it. But man, why the heck would I play Vehicle Simulator when I could play Driving Empire or Southwest Florida, or I mean, practically any other option, let's be honest. But I can't stress it enough, man. Vehicle Simulator will be always in my heart for everything it's done for my channel, for my community, for all of you guys. I know you're all thinking the same thing. We love Vehicle Simulator, and if the devs are watching, if they're somehow interested in this content and they've seen this part, we love you. I know things are different now, but man, I love this game, and it almost makes me emotional because of how attached I got, not just to the game, but the community, man. It was such a great time. But guys, that's gonna wrap up my 5 amazing car games that nobody is playing anymore.